Now, this year's Black Friday sales are predicted to outdo the levels in 2020, but it's not yet clear if the sales will exceed the levels seen prior to the lockdown in 2019. For more on this, I'm joined by Mike Schussler. He is the Chief Economist at Economist. So very good afternoon to you, and thank you for your time today. Perhaps let's start with the projections and why there is an anticipated spike in the sales this year. Mr. Schussler, can you hear me? Mr. Schussler? All right, looks like that connection not yet up. We'll see if we can get him back to talk about those Black Friday sales, which some of you may be waiting in eager expectation for. Let's take you now to this story. Rand Water Executive Manager Eddie Singo has reassured consumers that the utility is still on track to completing its maintenance on time. This as some communities in parts of Gauteng are counting down the minutes to the end of the 54-hour water maintenance.
That we're working on, it's completed. We are done. It has already been quality checked, and it passed the qualities. You know, one of the things that we need to just let the consumers know is that we've done just over 180 meters of welding just on this one. And that welding had to then be checked by the quality assurance. So they've given us a thumbs up. We are very happy. We are now finalizing the other one on the other side. We are still on schedule to do it. And of course, the only thing that may just elongate time just a little bit will be the scanning, just to quality assure it. And we are happy to do that.
With Black Friday looming and just upon us, let's talk to Mr. Mike Schussler. He is Chief Economist at economist.co.za. Mr. Schussler, hopefully we'll have a better luck this time. Now, there are projected increases in the sales this year. What are the economic conditions that these projections can be attributed to?
Well, I think last year we were still recovering from COVID, although we bounced back quite significantly by November. But I think the economy continued to grow for another quarter or two. The third quarter will probably be a little bit worse, but I think we're busy coming back, and people, will probably spend more than they did last year, because last year was such a low base in the first place. The second thing is, I think, though, it won't easily outpace 2019, because not in real terms, because there just seems to be too many problems at the moment. When we wrote this, load shedding had just started. Now we've got even more load shedding the whole time. We've got higher fuel prices. All those sort of things will dampen the consumer. But I think industry, the retailers specifically, have again opened the door to a lot more specials, first of all, and I think also a longer time. With other words, it's now no longer a Black Friday, but rather a Black November. And it means that sales and stuff are going to be ongoing around the country for the whole month.
So we're still in COVID days. There's still regulations. You've got to wear your mask, social distancing, etc. And you can't necessarily do your Black Friday shopping, which is traditionally very cramped with scores of people trying to get their best deals. What role here does online shopping play, and how has COVID-19 impacted how Black Friday or Black November actually rolls out?
Well, I think online shopping is certainly the new buzzword. It's still probably, only about 20% or so of our total shopping, but it's certainly grown from, where it was. I think COVID brought that growth forward, because a lot of people are scared to go out, and they therefore have the goods and services delivered to them. And certainly in November, it's not going to be just one day you see a lot of the advertising from a lot of the retailers and the online sellers that stress that this is today's special, tomorrow we have another special, or this is this week's special for Black Friday. So it's become a much bigger thing, and there's not going to be just thousands of people on a Friday, and that is then the Black Friday. I think what we're going to have, yes, that Friday will have a bit of oomph to it, but I think generally speaking, we're going to see it spread right through the month, right through retail, right through whether it's physical malls and the online shopping. I think we're going to have both, and I think the online can go further and improve even more, because as people get used to more smart things like smartphones and more people are get connected to the web, we will see further improvements of that. But I don't think the malls will be left behind, because there are areas where you just want to look at things, or you just want to see the size of the clothes or whatever, and that's sometimes difficult to do online.
Certainly.
So ultimately, I think that both are going to be important. But yes, I suspect that the growth online will be a lot better.
Mr. Mike Schussler, Chief Economist at economist.co.za, thank you very much for that bite of information regarding Black Friday, which is looming.